Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Unmatched Style Design Review. This week, we're going to be talking about nclud.com. This is one that made its way into our gallery. We love this site, and we just want to talk about an example of a really well-done site from top to bottom. So let's dive right into the nclud.com. There's very little that's bad about this site, so we'll just start talking about the good stuff. Every aspect of it, the homepage has some great use of jQuery. That's what originally attracted me to it, was the fact that they used jQuery instead of dumping some Flash in there, which I always like that. I don't know why. I don't necessarily have anything bad against Flash, but it's just cool. The navigation works really well. They've grouped stuff together really well. Like if you look at the homepage there, they have our most recent work, and it looks like nav, and you're not going to get lost necessarily. And as you drill down through the site, the deeper you get, it's just quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really great. It's got this really nice grid structure, and I really like the way even this kind of animation here is really, even this is really tightly tied into the grid. It's like, it's a very friendly site, even though often sites like this aren't that friendly. I mean, right. the very first thing you see is hello. Instead of a home button, they have hello, and that's really friendly.
It's kind of funny.
And if you read the post in their sketchbook, that's about the redesign. They talk about how they started on the copy first. Or they did the copy audit,
Yeah.
And I think, a lot of times when we design stuff, you end up with like, lorem ipsum everywhere. And I think, it's really good idea to design for the copy you have.
Yeah, I find it really hard to start off with lorem ipsum.
Yeah, but we all kind of end up having to do that sometimes by necessity. Yeah. But I think the more you can have kind of copy to start with.
Yeah, context helps.
Should make it right, exactly. It makes it a lot easier. And, they have this good copy here which says, they're experienced industry consultants, and I think sometimes the designers and design firms don't use that word a whole lot, but I think it's a good word because it speaks to your knowledge.
Well, it really fits with our industry, I think.
Yeah, but it speaks to your knowledge, and that knowledge has value. That's what people are going to pay you for. It's like you can make a pretty website and you can make it whatever, but it's like you're imparting all this built up knowledge that you have. I think consultant. I think is just a good word to use.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not one that you necessarily see a whole lot on kind of a web design firm's site.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here. I'm transfixed by the rotating images on the homepage and how they stay within the grid even when they change.
Right.
I know you mentioned that, but that's pretty subtle. And I'd say beautiful.
Yeah. Say beautiful?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's this blue color is really nice, but there's they have this green color which pops up here and there. It's just enough to keep it from being flat, and it really stands out and draws your eye to the areas that are important.
Yeah, and as you move through the site, all the submit buttons have that same green color.
Right.
So you know what you're clicking on there. It's kind of consistent.
Totally. Let's go to the work page. This is another. I really like the way this is laid out. It's real simple.
Mm-hmm.
I guess most of what they do is websites, but you get the feel that most of what they do is websites. But then right here in the middle of this, there's like bam, they do brand logos and brands and whatnot. But it's like it's really smart the way they put it in here, because I'm coming here. I've started off with websites and like, oh, they also do this too.
Yeah.
And it's like they put. I was unable to avoid it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's huge.
And it's really smart to put that in there and treat it like that. And they're also treating it differently than the websites because it's a different type of content.
That's right.
It's really great. And they use if you read his post, they use a Flash, or it's not Flash. I don't think image replacement for all these. Titles and stuff,
right?
That matches their brand, and it works.
Yeah, is that Avenir?
Yeah, the Avenir, and then Fleer, I guess how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's an image replacement.
Okay.
But and then we click on one of these work things, and again,
this is one of the things I always like in a portfolio is when they give you a little more context, like what I don't want a whole case study, just bore me, but
Right.
give me a paragraph, what this thing is,
Right.
what you did for it.
Right. If you can't come up with a paragraph on the work that you've done,
Yeah, it's kind of like
this website is all about you. And you need to spend some time
what'd you do?
making sure that you can at least come up with a little bit of content about
That's
the work that you did. And the way these things fade in and fade out, it's real subtle, but it's just really nice.
It's a site packed with subtlety.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, check out the process page unless you were done with the portfolio. Yeah, my favorite, this is a geekdom here, but my favorite part of this is, if you look at the structure of the code into this too, is the ordered list treatment they gave to the ordered list on this page with the big graphics for 1, 2, and 3. That they actually made that a list, so that's kind of clever. And for guys like us who look at this stuff, it's a nice little like, hey, they did that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
it's really good. But all these really subtle drop shadows and subtle lines that fade in and fade out. All these details that really add to the completeness of the site. Every detail has had some attention paid to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's it's really good. Really good stuff. If we go to actually, let me go to this other. Well, let's talk about the next thing. One thing.
Okay.
That we're looking at this in Safari, but we're informed by them after we posted it that they really did a lot of work on the iPhone version of this.
Yeah.
So here's a screenshot. You really need to experience it on the iPhone to get
you
it.
do. You have to experience it on the
iPhone. This is a perfect little design for the iPhone.
It's really awesome. That was
great.
Great to find that.
It's really great.
It keeps the same attention to subtlety even on the iPhone. It's not just like hey, we did an iPhone style sheet, but it's just all my stuff in a list. It has the same flavor, the same strong branding, the same strong attention to subtlety, even on the iPhone, or for those of you who use Android.
Yeah. The same thing is on Android too. One thing I want to talk about a little bit is again, read this post. It's really great about the redesign. Kind of some of the process that Alex went through to when he started designing this. One thing he says, he went straight into Photoshop. I as a designer, I have a process.
Right.
I start like designing. I'll do some thumbnails and maybe there's a wireframe, and I know that if I follow these few steps of my own process, that I can eventually get to a finished design. But I think, but when you have a process, it's good to know kind of when to break it. And when you're designing your own website, chances are you've been thinking about it for a long time. So, and he doesn't say this, but I'm guessing, he had a lot of stuff going on in his head before he really actually, put mouse to pixel or whatever, and so I think, having a process like that is good, but it's good to know when to step out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like if you got a good idea, you don't necessarily need to stick to your process if you can kind of feel confident that you can.
Yeah, and it helps when it's your own stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's no you have to worry about sign-offs.
Right.
And
that's what I was
getting mad about. Something.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. The more intimately knowledgeable you are about something, sometimes the easier it is to design stuff. So all in all, this is just a really great site.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot negative to say about it.
No.
We just wanted to talk about a nice, high quality, high-end website, just to share that with everyone.
Yeah.
You have anything else?
I don't think so.
No, I think we're done hugging this one. Until next time, I'm Gene.
I'm
Jay. And tune in on Twitter, twitter.com/unmatchedstyle. Yeah, I don't know if you tune in on Twitter, but follow us on Twitter.
Sounds good.
Log on to iTunes, leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. Until next time, have a good day.